Well, hi, I'm Jez, and I'm one of the pastors at Life Church Seaford on the south coast of England. And I want to read to you today something from Matthew 23 as we consider God's heart of mercy. And Jesus said to the crowds and to the disciples, "The scribes and the Pharisees sit on Moses' seat, and so practice and observe whatever they tell you, but do not do what they do. For they preach but do not practice. They tie up heavy burdens, hard to bear, and they lay them on people's shoulders. But they themselves are not willing to move them with their finger. They do all their deeds to be seen by others, for they make their phylacteries broad and their fringes long. And they love the place of honour at feasts, and the best seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the marketplaces. And they love being called rabbi by others. But you're not to be called rabbi, for you have one teacher, and you're all brothers and sisters. And call no man your father on earth, for you have one Father who's in heaven. Neither be called teachers, for you have one teacher, the Christ. Now, the greatest among you should be your servant. Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted." Now, I've come here to a field on top of a hill overlooking down in a valley down there. I don't know if you can see it, overlooking a vineyard. A vineyard in the Bible is a picture of the new creation often, of heaven. Place of opulence and of fruitfulness and abundance. But I've come here to the field overlooking it, and this is a field that's often occupied by sheep. It's a sheep field. The farmer grazes his flock overlooking the vineyard. Sheep in the Bible are pictures of humanity and of God's people. These simple, slightly disobedient and dumb animals, but nevertheless that need caring for. Now, before I explain why it is I've come here, I want to ask you a question. Who are your role models? Who are your role models? A role model is someone who is just slightly further ahead than us or slightly distanced from us, such that we look at them and we imitate them from afar. We want to be like them. We listen to them. We look up to them. And we try to behave like them because they have something about them that we think that we want, whether it's popularity or charisma or confidence. And we think if we just imitate their behavior, we'll get what they have, right? We've all got role models, and we all make role models out of different people. In fact, it's very easy to make role models out of the wrong people. Every parent of a teenager knows this dynamic. Who are your role models? Now, Jesus points to the Pharisees, who were, in many respects, the role models of his society, the religious elites, the ordained ones, the experts. I mean, we listen to experts, right? We do whatever experts tell us. Jesus points to the potential role models of his disciples, particularly when it comes to religion and devotion to God. And he tells them, whatever you do, don't be like them. Listen to them. Yeah, treat them with respect because they sit on Moses' seat, but don't be like them. And apart from, don't be like them because they are more interested in God, in people's attention than they are in God's. But one of the main reasons he says don't be like them is because he says they don't embody God's heart of mercy. They're forever laying heavy burdens on people and doing nothing to alleviate people's struggles and difficulties. Now, the reason I've come here is because this is a track that I often walk when I come take the dog out or go praying. And down here, I don't know if you can see this, down here is a bit of wood underneath the fence, at the bottom of the fence. And that wood wasn't always there. In fact, often when I've come down here, before that bit of wood was there, I would see sheep or lambs having fallen down through this fence into the kind of steep slope on the other side of the fence, and they were trapped and couldn't get out. I used to come past and occasionally try to help, but sheep just run away from me because they're dumb, and so I couldn't help. But one time I came past and saw that a bit of wood had been put there. A farmer, a shepherd, had behaved mercifully. He'd spotted the hole that the sheep often fall down, and rather than just being annoyed at the sheep, he instead looked to alleviate their burden and set them free from their stupidity or their poor decision making. Now, God is a God of mercy who isn't interested in just laying up rule upon rule, requirement upon requirement, but instead stoops to associate not with the wealthy who own vineyards, but with the sheep who get trapped underneath fences. The role models that we should imitate are the people who behave like God, the God of mercy, who lifts people's burdens, who stoops, who serves, and who comes to care. That is the God of mercy, and that is God's heart of mercy that we should look to emulate and imitate today. Let's make Christ our role model.